Namaskaram. In Kerala, politics isn't just about elections. It's a 24/7 high-voltage conversation. From buzzing coffee shops to packed town centers, the debate is loud, live, and absolutely electrifying. Welcome to yet another power-packed episode of Election Pulse 2026, powered by Semiotica's AI-driven electoral intelligence. Today, we zoom straight into two crucial battlegrounds, Udma and Thrikaripur. This is not just analysis. This is the real pulse, the real mood of the people. Let's hit rewind to 2021. In Udma, it was a full-on thriller. The LDF held its ground strong, locking in around 47.7% of the vote share. But right on its heels, the UDF, a neck-and-neck chase, closing in at nearly 39.6%, and the NDA at around 12.4%, trailing behind, struggling to make a decisive impact. A gripping contest, a high-stakes battle, and a result that kept everyone on edge. What are the people of Udma really feeling? Let's decode the mood on the ground, raw, real, and unfiltered. Here's what the sentiment data reveals. UDF, strong positive sentiment, but criticism is rising steadily. LDF, riding high on positivity, yet facing slightly higher criticism. NDA, under pressure with higher negative sentiment dominating conversations. So what does this mean? The mood is dynamic, the narrative is shifting, and in Udma, every sentiment is shaping a battle ahead. And now we step into the real battleground, the factors that don't just influence, but actually decide the vote. Let's break it down, point by point. Regional development, UDF takes the lead. Youth support, UDF dominates the next-gen vote. Credibility in the electorate, UDF stays ahead. Leadership skills, LDF strikes back on top. Political tolerance, UDF grabs the edge. So what are we seeing here? A strong push from the UDS across key voter factors, with the LDF holding its ground on leadership. This is a fierce, high-stakes contest, and every factor is shaping the final verdict. After tracking every conversation, after decoding every signal, this is it, the moment of truth. The numbers are locked, the trends are clear. Here's what Semiotica predicts. UDF holds the edge in Udma, but just by a whisker. Let's dive into the numbers, and they're unbelievably tight. UDF, 42.94%, LDF, 42.16%, NDA, 14.94%. This is a pure cliffhanger. A razor-thin gap between UDF and LDF. This race can flip at any moment. One swing, one shift, and the entire game changes. And now, shifting gears to the next big battleground. All eyes turn to Thrikaripur constituency. The spotlight is on, the stakes are high, and the battle is heating up. Let's rewind to 2021. In Thrikaripur, it was total dominance by the LDS. A commanding performance, locking in nearly 53.9% of the vote share. The UDF stayed in the contest, holding around 37.5%, but clearly behind the leader. And the NDA, at 6.9%, trailing far behind, unable to make a major impact. A one-sided battle, and a powerful statement from the LDF. What's the mood in Thrikaripur? Let's decode the emotional pulse behind the conversations. Here's what the ground is telling us. UDF, strong positive sentiment, but criticism is rising fast. LDS, positives are there, but negative sentiment is running high. NDA, under intense pressure with heavy negative sentiment. So what does this mean? The mood is shifting, the narrative is heating up, and in Thrikaripur, every sentiment could swing the final outcome. Now we step into the critical zone, the key voting factors that will ultimately decide the verdict. Let's break it down, one factor at a time, and it's getting intense. Regional development, LDF charging ahead, leading from the front. Youth support, and here's the twist. MDA takes the lead. Credibility in the electorate, UDF dominating this battleground. Leadership skills, LDF holding strong at the top. Political tolerance, UDF edges ahead in this space. So what are we witnessing? A split battlefield, a fierce tug of war across every critical factor. And in a contest this tight, every single factor could decide the final outcome. Here comes the big projection, straight from Semiotica. UDF takes the early edge in Parazor. Let's break down the numbers, and they tell a gripping story. UDF 48.43%, LDF 40.86%, NDA 10.70%. This is a tight contest, a close fight. But for now, the UDF is in the lead. But don't blink, because in a race this close, one shift can change everything. So what does all this really tell us? Kerala's voters aren't just listening to promises. They're analyzing every move. Performance, trust, and consistency. This isn't blind voting. This is sharp, informed decision-making. And that's exactly what makes Kerala a true political powerhouse. This was just a glimpse of Election Pulse 2026. But trust me, the real story is only just beginning. In the coming days, we'll uncover the real political undercurrents across Kerala, deeper insights, sharper trends, and the true pulse of the people. If you want to stay ahead in this election game, don't miss a single update. Subscribe now. Stay locked in for the next big election insight. Namaskaram, and we'll see you in the next episode of Election Pulse 2026.